Hey everyone, so I don't even remember the last time I posted a video. I feel like it's been like weeks. I have not written a song in, well, months. Cause honestly I'm just like so overwhelmed with so many different things, and I've been getting my nails done, so like I can't really play guitar. Plus I don't really play that well. One, because I don't actually really know how to play guitar. Honestly, just been kind of winging it and self-taught myself, and I have been missing the 6th chord for a very long time. So just to say and introduce that I am not as professional as I might seem. Just kidding. I just like to joke around because I'm punny. So what to talk about this week? I have no idea. Honestly, right now where I'm sitting is what I think I will discuss today. I am very stressed out. I'll give you a bit about how my week's been. So I'm going to YWAM in 3.5 weeks, or technically a month. It's coming up pretty soon here. And I am applying for my visa, and I noticed that my passport expired last year in August. And I know everyone's going like, of course you would do that, because I'm a Nick, and a Nick always pulls stunts like that. And you know, it's been, you know, and I noticed that yesterday, and so like I've had to switch like the past month around because of this, and it's a little stressful because I'm really just like trusting God with this, that if this is where I'm supposed to go, that everything will turn out the way that it's supposed to be. And I mean, at the end, if this is where he wants me to go and I'm called to go, even though it seems really impossible at this point, then this will be a story to tell in the upcoming years to come. So that's kind of where I'm sitting at. And then somebody in my past life who was abusive got kind of a hold of me, and so that this whole week has just been like up and down. I just feel mentally exhausted and drained. I don't even know the last time that I actually sat down and spent time with myself, which is literally right now, and I felt led to do a video because I'm at my most honest state right now, and I'm not trying to cover it up. I'm not doing really great. I am in a really dry season right now, and it's been like that for like 3 months, honestly, and I'm not really improving because I'm not really making the effort. And you know, I just feel like I'm repeating myself, but I mean, let's just be honest and real here. I'm not the only one that feels this way as a believer. There are seasons where like things are really good, and then seasons where like you just put no effort and it's dry and you just stop kind of caring, and it's like you love God, and but then you just stop making the efforts to live a godly life, a life that honestly only makes you not only a better person and helps the people around you, but you feel better mentally as well. When I'm living my best life, which is living a life of honesty, a life of, well, purity, if we're gonna be really honest here, a life that isn't involved like with, oh, I'm stressed out, so let's have a drink, or oh, I'm stressed out, so let me just cuss somebody out, or oh, I'm stressed out, like let's go watch a video, or oh, I'm stressed out, like let's go watch TV, or oh, I'm stressed out, like let's go work out, or let's go eat, or blah 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 blah. Like when I was stressed out months ago, I would go to God, and it has not been like that. And I mean, I'm just being really honest because I'm not the only believer that's going through this phase. And it's hard because I love God with my whole heart, and I just don't understand why I feel so unmotivated to live that life, because living the life that I'm living now, I do not feel joy. I feel very guilty. I feel just ashamed of like the way that I've been living, and it's not that it's been extremely drastic, but it just, to how I was a few months ago, it is, and I don't feel content. I don't feel at peace. I don't have any self-control, and it's funny because a lot of people would be like, well, yeah, like the commandments are stupid, like, you know, if God really loves you, like why does he have all these rules? And it's literally for this reason, because it's not that God has this list of do's and don'ts to contain you and make you miserable. It is literally to protect us. God says don't murder, because if you hurt, like literally murdering somebody else, one, hurts you and the person, well, that you're murdering because they're dead, and then the people around them. And so it's just like, it destroys people. Cheating, it hurts you, it hurts the, like it just, and then lying, that hurts you and the other person. Having sex before marriage can result in an abortion, an unplanned pregnancy, a heartbreak. Like extra stress, like, you know, and it's like a lot of people see commandments as a set of do's and don'ts, but it literally, if even if you're not a Christian and you're watching this, like, logically speaking, all of the things that God says do not do actually make logical sense, like, period, point blank, it just makes sense. And so, like, it just cracks me up when so many people are like, oh, well, like, those laws are stupid, like, I want to be like a free woman and go sleep around with as many people as I want, and abortion is a right that I feel that I should have, and all these things, and oh, I'm just gonna go do this and go do that, and you know, and it makes me laugh, because it's like all of those things like actually end up hurting a person. And I'm not getting to the topic of abortion, because that is something that I know people are gonna backslash me with. So I'm just gonna stop right there, because I'm not trying to start an argument. But those are all things that, like, God is trying to protect us from. Like, going around and sleeping with a bunch of people, which was me at one point, it destroys you. And this is from my own testimony. It, like, you have no self, like, it takes away your, like, it just, people would argue, no, it makes me feel confident, and I can go do this and go do, and it's like, it honestly just destroys you, because then your whole mentality is the only reason somebody likes me is for my body. And this is where I'm stuck now, because I have a wonderful boyfriend, but I am still battling the idea that someone can only like me for my body, because I've never been loved for who I am as a person. And so, like, logically speaking, if I'm gonna be really honest with everybody, it just makes sense not to want to have sex before marriage, not to cheat, not to murder, not to commit adultery, not to lie, not to, yeah, like, to treat your mother and father, like, bad, like, just all of this stuff. Like, I don't really know what this video is about. Honestly, I'm sitting here and I just have, like, a lot of mixed emotions. There's a lot of, like, protests going on against abortion, and then there's, like, all these things going around me. So it's just, like, a lot, like, of, like, where I stand as a believer. And sometimes it's, like, really overwhelming, because it's like you've got so much negative feedback from the people, one, that are around you, two, that you surround yourself with. And it's just so much. And, like, excuse me, I just burped just in front of the camera. I'm a very classy woman. So yeah, I don't even know where to start. I'm just very, like, you know when you hit a wall and you're just kind of standing there and you're like, I don't really know where to go. Like, this is my thing, is half my videos is just literally me talking, because I don't I don't want to make videos where I'm, like, told what to say or write down something to just kind of go with the rhythm to sound good. Like, I'm not here to sound good. I'm just literally here to preach a message that can hopefully speak to somebody and understand that, like, yes, I love God. I would not be here without God. I don't even know if I've done my testimony yet. Maybe I should share a little bit about it today. But you know, I love God, but, like, and it's funny, it's like, well, if you love God, why are you doing all of this? I'm a human being. I am naturally born to be selfish. This is why, this is actually really cool. I want to share this with everybody. Something that literally God has spoken to me. Love is sacrifice. Literally, if you're to flip around the word love, the whole basis of it is sacrifice. You know, Corinthians 13, God says that, like, love is patient, love is kind, it is not self-seeking, it does not delight in doing wrong, but delights in good. And I realized that love is the opposite of lust. So basically, as a human being, to love another person is to sacrifice, because our first instinct is not to be humble, it's not to be loving necessarily, it's not to be kind, or patient. So literally, as a human being, we basically lust after, like, things that we want for ourselves. And so basically God says, like, to lay our life down for a friend. It says to be patient and kind. That is actually true love. And so what I'm realizing is, like, literally, to love another person, to truly love another person, you have to sacrifice your wants and your needs, because that's what Jesus did for us. His love was sacrificial, because he paid like the absolute highest price for us, not because we're cheap or worthless, but because he paid a high price for something that is of such a high value. And so like, you can rest assured that not only did like Jesus die for you and he loves you, but that you are worth something. And with this whole Big Bang Theory, you know, this whole video today is gonna be really controversial, and if I get backlash, whatever. but the Big Bang Theory, people believe that they're basically of as much of value as a fish. And that makes me sad. Because like literally you live your whole life believing that you have absolutely no value. That there is not a God who loves you, that you don't actually have any destination or purpose for being here. Yeah, you can make your own destiny and do your own things and live your own life, but to know that like literally you're just gonna die and that's it, like that just makes me really sad. And maybe that comforts you knowing that there's not a loving God who loves you and has a loving plan for your life and wants to love you and would rather feel like you're unlovable. And I mean, you truly, you can live, you can do whatever you want, okay? Do what you want. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. If this offends you, by all means, you can exit the video, because I'm not here to sugarcoat or to appeal to anybody, because this can offend anybody, even if you're a believer. So, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I am kind of an assertive person. So whatever comes to mind, I will say out loud and pretty much stick to whatever I have to say. But then there's correction, so I will take correction if I'm wrong. But yeah, so it's like, there's just so much. Like God is so awesome, and he's done so much for me, and I'm just like so excited to go to YWAM, but I'm terrified because I'm leaving my boyfriend for 6 months and my family and my friends. But there's just been so much confirmation, and it's funny, like God will literally use anybody, even past people from your life, to confirm that, just so you feel at peace that like when you are on the path that he has for you, he will provide for. So basically, I was watching a sermon by Transformation Church, and if any of you have a time, please watch it. My favorite series ever is called Relationship Goals. But God will only fund his ideas. So basically, like, you can do whatever you want, but as soon as you have to go outside of God's will to get what you want, you have to supply that yourself. And after a while, you're not going to have the energy. You're just going to feel drained, and you can't really do it by yourself. But if you stay on God's walk for you and his lane for you, he will continually fund that, and you'll feel at peace with what you're doing. And it's like, and even if you don't hear him clearly, but you honor him with your decisions, God will honor that. Like, because sometimes we don't hear him clearly, sometimes we hear just other things and we get distracted by things. But just to say that, like, when you live a godly life and you try to like put God in absolute everything that you do and you honor him, God hears that. You might not hear clearly, you might make the wrong decision, but just know that like God will keep you on track. Sorry, my tummy's just been hurting. Anyways, I don't really know what this video is about. I just want everybody to know that you have been created for a purpose, that God loves you, that you are not a mistake, that you do not have to live your life the way society does to fit in, to feel like you're of value. You can be your own beautiful boss person, and have value without what everybody else is doing. And that for my believer friends out there, sticking to what the Word of God says, even though it's hard, is always the best thing. And you know, it's funny as I'm speaking, like I just feel really emotional because I feel like the biggest hypocrite ever. Because I am not happy right now and I'm not content. I'm kind of just realizing this as I'm talking, because I'm kind of been living like this fake lifestyle, and I've just been so consumed with the way I look. And when I'm not close to God, I tend to like change my appearance like every 2 seconds. And I mean, I've had like literally, I'm not even kidding, I had no tattoos 6 months ago and I'm literally covered, and I've changed my hair color like 5 times in 2 months. And like, a sin is different to everybody, but mine is literally like when I don't keep my eyes on God, I'm like literally like so lost and my identity is blurred. And when you don't remember who your identity is, and when you don't keep your eyes on the identity, which is a beautiful son or daughter of Christ, everything else just becomes your identity, and it's just been really difficult because that's what I've been battling. I don't struggle with drinking or any of that stuff, but I tend to do it for social events to build an identity when I'm not like focused on God. Honestly, like I've been drinking a bit too much this week, and I don't know who's watching, and I don't care. I'm just being honest. I love God, and I always will, but I really need prayer. There's just been so much going on, and it's just been so overwhelming, and if I could have prayer, that would be great, because I'm not happy right now. I want to feel God's joy and contentment again, and I haven't felt that in a very long time. So yeah, this video might be a little bit embarrassing for me, but I don't care. Anyways, I hope you guys are all blessed this week. I hope you know that you're loved. And yes, I'm a mess, but aren't we all? But that like God loves you. And so I'm just really praying that you can all feel encouraged, that if you feel like I do, you are not alone. Whether you're an atheist, a Buddhist, a believer, a Muslim, a Jehovah's Witness, a Mormon, or Satan, whatever it is, okay? Just know that I love you, and I want you to know that you can always talk to me. Even though I look a little crazy. I am French, so it's natural, so it's okay. I did not choose this lifestyle. Anyways, bless you guys and have a great week.